Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Plays Orb of Creation. This is an incremental game where you play as a wizard in the ether. You have discovered the Orb of Creation, and your goal is to combine spells to produce bigger and bigger effects to make more and more resources to make bigger and better spells. There's a lot of intricate mechanics to the game, a lot of discovery to be had, so it's a very, very fun game. I've already played 33 hours on my main slot. I'm going to show you guys how the game starts, then we'll pop into my other game to show you kind of where it ends up. So here you go, you see we have our orb. It is filling up with mana automatically. We're going to use that mana to infuse the orb a bit. I can select how many I want to use. I can do multiples. I can keep infusing my orb, but now it's going to cost 200 mana, which we don't have, because my orb only holds 100. So we have to learn Divination. Learn the manifestation glyph that generates understanding. And now, we have a spellbook. I have an unknown spell here for 100 mana. I can learn it. So we did. We learned the spell Gather Knowledge, so I can come over to casting. And it looks like I already have it in my spell slots, my hotbar. So I can either click here, cast it for 100. I can press 1 on my keyboard, and that will do the same thing. And what this is going to do is this is going to give us knowledge points. For 1.25 knowledge, we can learn Wizardry. Our mana ain't going anywhere, so we might as well. And you can see now we can start getting upgrades. For knowledge, we can get some base mana capacity, which will let us infuse our orb, learn expansion, and things are going to start to take off from there. We now get up to 220 mana. We might as well save up and infuse, because that's going to increase our mana per second. We should always be spending our divination spell here. No reason not to. Spellbook loadout might be worth getting right away to get it out of there. We can learn expansion, improve wizardry, novice spells. We want to keep upgrading wisdom because we want to get to 400 and 300 mana. We'll buy another upgrade there. 340. That's novice spells. We'll take that. As we've learned some extra glyphs, Conjure is going to be another one of them. We can learn more and more spells. This takes 250 mana. We can get this one right away. Alright, so that's a Tune Orb, Expansion Charm spell. For 250 mana, we can empower the Divination of Resources. A 60-second cooldown. Toggles for up to 40 seconds, and then you get plus 80% Divining Spell power. Gather Knowledge is a Divining spell, so activating a Tune Orb before Gathering Knowledge will give us 80% increase on our knowledge gain. We might even be able to get to cast it twice, depending on our mana regen. 250 plus 100 is 350, so let's actually get one more wisdom here. Two more wisdom, sorry. The music in this game slaps, by the way. Oh, and we can infuse. We'll save for the infusion. Boom. Oh, so now it's just part of our wizardry. We can keep on infusing more and more. Actually, I don't think we were infusing at all. I think that just took 5 upgrade levels. Alright. Well, let's show off the combination here. I'm going to activate a Tune Orb. I now have 40 seconds. I'm going to activate number 1, which gave me 1.87 knowledge instead. Increase my wisdom right away. I've still got 30 seconds of my buff, so we'll spam it. Up to 2, 2, 3. These are both pretty cheap. with the buff going on, so maybe we'll save a bit. This is your casting experience. As you cast spells, you gain experience. Because this is on cooldown, it's passively gaining experience. And this is just going to help your spells get more powerful, more cooldown resistance thing. What did I just upgrade? Don't even know. Oh, I got some new thingies here. This takes knowledge and mana, but this improves our divining spell power. This improves our base mana per second as a percentage, which is good. Infusion is just a flat base mana. So you see, these two together are going to start to really ratchet up how our mana regen works. Divining spell power. That's just good in general. This needs 400 mana. Okay. One of my upgrades, I got the loadout, so now I can add and subtract spells from my... Oopsies. I swapped the position there. I can add spells into my book, move them around. What do? You add Thaumaturgy, Expansion Divining. Okay, so this will buff both of these. So I can activate 2, then 3, then 1. Because I've activated my... or collected my first set of Thaumaturgy, I have a new upgrade here, Bandwidth. Augment Table. Already needed Thaumaturgy, we just didn't have any yet. Expand Magic has a really long cooldown, so we might only get that one more time. Ooh, and we got Intellect now. More mental resources gained, and a passive base knowledge per second. Sounds good to me. It's slow to start, but again, it's an incremental game. Everything's gonna ratchet up eventually. Yeah, so I'm just kind of spamming my spells on cooldown. We have way more mana regen than we can even use. That infusion was probably not necessary, but it's whatever. Level up spells. This is a pretty big one. As you cast your spells, they get experience. You can level up your spells to increase their effect exponentially, but it also increases their mana cost. And also 800 mana. We're gonna need a couple more stacks of wisdom. Let's see if there's anything that'll improve our intelligence gain. That's a mental resource, so intellect will improve our knowledge gain. And 2.4% is pretty good. Alright, let's activate our buff. Get our 2 spells. Let's increase our intellect, resilience, aptitude. I'll try to get like everything to 5, I think. And then we'll start looking around at these guys. There's 5 on the wisdom, we're up to 700. One more wisdom and we can get spell advancement. We'll do that. Thaumaturgy. Is Thaumaturgy mental? Magic spiritual resource. So intellect does not improve your Thaumaturgy. Augment table. +1 max spell augment slots. Oh, I know what that does. I think I need spell advancement before I can even get that though, right? Here we go, manage. This is where I can upgrade my spells. I haven't used this enough to be able to upgrade it. Nor have I done this one or this one. Okay. Bam, bam. Still no, still no. That's fine. probably wouldn't want to upgrade them anyways. Although they are only 100 apiece. We can afford to upgrade them a couple of times. Infusion again? Sure. It's always good to have Infusion maxed out. Really no reason not to. And it's free. Buff. Hit it. 180. Right there. Conjure. Okay. Storm is cool. Physicalization. We need Aptitude to 8. Gather Knowledge to 3. Aptitude takes Knowledge and Mana. Gather Knowledge. Oh, my spell. My spell has to get to level 3. Alright, we got 1,000. We can get Storm. Thaumaturgy. Base mana is probably pretty good. Let's save for Aptitude. An Augment table. Gather Knowledge leveled up. 25 Knowledge for this. 10 for this, so let's save for that. Oh, new spell. What do we get? Much faster cooldown. But a weaker buff. Divining cooldown. Okay. The Whirling Divination might be better than a Toon Orb, honestly. Eventually we will get more spell slots, but for right now we haven't gotten the upgrade yet. So I can take that out by double clicking it. I can put in the fast buff. We'll do an infusion. I got my expand magic ready, so I'm gonna save. There's a fast buff. Boom, boom, boom. Comprehension. XP gain and spell mastery rate. I mean, one click probably pretty good to take. Aptitude again. Brings it down to 17 seconds. That cooldown is actually really good. In fact, these are syncing up with each other with that cooldown. But 10 knowledge. I think we definitely need a lot more knowledge. So I will save for this first. If you ever hover over a stat, you can see exactly what's feeding into it. Our capacity is at plus 50, there's nothing modifying that. Raw rate comes from... Oh, you click on it first. So the rate it's gained is coming from intellect. And then this is the multiplier, the total multipliers on it are from intellect. Oh yeah, so the actual base rate and then the multiplier. This is our only passive gain. And then with the multiplier it gives you your rate. Alright, cool. There's our level 10. We have upgraded Gather Knowledge. It's now 200 mana to cast this, but we get 2.39 knowledge. So it's much stronger. Also, the cooldown goes up as well. But with our buff, we're still doing pretty well. I will spend 5 Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy is pretty expensive early on. It's hard to get and hard to keep. It'll be a while until we can automate our Thaumaturgy. I'll take an Aptitude. Spells are looking good. Buff. Boom, boom. Oh no, my mana. Where did all my mana go? Did it just not recover in time? What a dingus. Oh, I upgraded this. 360 now. 120 plus 360, 480, 680. Okay. So this. Yep, that worked. Augment table is completed. We can learn quick. And now we can actually do augments. So if I wanted to make my buff a little faster, turn on the augment glyph. You see now it takes 1.2k mana to load this into my spell bar, because this has a 0.15, 0.4 times a times 4 creation cost modifier. Because it's really good. It increases the cost by 15%, but it reduces the cooldown by 30%. So 15%, 15 seconds, minus 30%. That's like 9 seconds, maybe? But it costs too much, right? So, head back to Wizardy. Get some wisdom in there. Now we can. There it goes. 10.5. So, we were close. Close enough. The cost you see has gone up a little bit. It was 100, now it's 138. But we're still pretty good off. All we need is like 700-ish mana to do our loop. Activate buff. Boom, boom, boom. 20 seconds for this guy, 10 seconds over here. So this one should be fast as well if I can. You can't remove them while they're on cooldown. But it looks like 1.6, I think we do have that, so. We just gotta wait until we're full. But with your modifiers, you can start to see how we can put ourselves in a bad situation. This now costs 414, this costs 138, this is 200 still. So our whole loop is now up to like 800 mana. We're charging 30 a second. So how many seconds does that take to get into 800? 3 seconds gives you 90. So 30 seconds would give you 900. $28 seconds maybe? It takes longer to make the mana than it does for all of our cooldowns, if I'm doing my math correctly. So it's not actually efficient to do what I'm doing. But we're gonna leave it there. Because we can. Also, casting your spells at their highest level gets some more experience than if you were to tune them down a bit. If you ever upgrade too far, you can always turn your levels down to something that you can cast again. Aptitude. I want to get physicalization. Let's keep working on that aptitude. There we go. Intellect is doing pretty well. We'll spend down our thaumaturgy. Comprehension. Comprehension is not that important right now. But eventually, once we're like getting a lot of knowledge and thaumaturgy automatically, we'll start to put some points into it. Base mana, base mana. How much do I care? A little bit. But only a little. You know what? Let me get some comprehension, because part of this also needs gather knowledge to be leveled up. And if we're gaining levels slowly, then that's going to take a while. Yeah, we were talking about how it takes more time to make the mana than it does to cast the spells. So let's increase the rate at which we're gaining mana. How about that? Let me save it for the 120, get some more base in there. $10 base from Infused Orb, 8.24 base from Infusion. Okay, so the Infused Orb was upgrading us. And then we have an extra 20% base from Resilience. Capacity comes from Wisdom, but also having any Thaumaturgy gives you a little bit more mana capacity, which is good and bad. If I spend down my Thaumaturgy, then my mana pool will shrink. Ooh, let's say for 1-5. Very, very small gains right now with how long it takes, but... Oh, these don't take the same resource. I can spend those. This is using my mana, though. That intellect. Bandwidth. Plus some spell slots. That could be interesting. Okay. Because I've only got the 4 spells, right? So with an extra slot, I can get the Attune Orb back in there. Start here, hit this, bam bam. We're going to start to see some multiplicative gains. This is 82%, 36%, so we'd be doubling our spells after we get that spell slot. 1.47 because my Thaumaturgy went down so low. We got our aptitude. This is gonna take 40. Heavy is fine. Heavy's a weird one. It makes your spells really strong, but it makes them take a heck of a lot longer on their cooldown. And I just don't know if it's worth it. I think it makes more sense to, I mean, we'll need it eventually. I feel like it makes more sense to just have your things running more frequently. If you're a slower player, or you don't want to be, like, microing everything, learn a spell. Ooh, Conjure Spark. That's an interesting one. It doesn't do anything for us, but it does generate Spark, which is a resource we'll need later. Let's focus on bandwidth for now, then. Bam, bam, bam. And Thaumaturgy, we're almost there. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, we got Thaumaturgy. There we go. Alright. Let's add in... 1,000. Okay, we get that. Then let me swap these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like going down the line. Manage. Can I upgrade you? Need knowledge. You need knowledge. Long buff, short buff. Mini. We don't have enough mana for number 4. Rip. Rip. Do 8. And I feel like we had it. We can still do that. I didn't need to do that. That was a waste. Or knowledge. Alright. There goes my long buff. We got 42 seconds. I can do some small cycles while we're waiting. This is just recovery. I think I need more cap. $520. Probably pretty good. That's 400, that's 800. Plus 2. Yeah, it should have worked. We got 1 second left, so we'll do the full cycle. Boom. Big gains. Thaumaturgy is maxed out, so it'll start to reduce down to the cap. Really just need to keep spamming Gather Knowledge to get it leveled up for physicalization. I can also increase my comprehension a bit. That'll level things faster. Yeah, I'll do an infusion. And what did we say? It was 800? 272, 414, maybe 900 even. 1.9 for this, we can't upgrade that. Wisdom and Resilience, we can do. Small loop is ready. Can upgrade that for 25. This is only halfway there. I'm gonna do a small loop to try and get the 25 I need for this guy. There we go. Alright. 575 plus 900. 5 plus 9, 14. If I'm doing my math right. $1,400 obviously, so 1.4k. I'll let it go to 1.5 just to be safe. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got everything. We're getting like 6 and 5. Or 7 and 6 on our knowledge and thaumaturgy gains, which is pretty good. $900 for this, right? There's my 9. I still got time. I can do one more small loop. And the main one was still running. We're capped on thaumaturgy. It just came down. We have plenty of knowledge now. Let's get some more mana regen. Intellect. I do like intellect. Until this costs more than my cap, I don't really see a reason not to use that. That's kind of how I do most of my upgrades, is if I'm not at my physical limit yet, then I might as well keep using it. Alright, my buff is recharged. Let's wait for 900, and my cooldown. 1, 2, 3. There's actually 2, 3, 4. Another intellect. Get some more resilience. Big buff is ready. So we'll wait till 1.5. Ooh, expand magic. Expensive already. I really don't want to. There's 1.5. 1, 3, 4. It is good though. We still had like what, 500 left over there? I probably will. We're gonna get one more small loop in before the end of the big buff. Boom. Alright, we upgraded that. We're gonna get 5 out of this. 828. Plus 476. That's going to be 1300 plus 5. That's now 1.8, probably 1.9. It's gonna take my entire orb to do the full cycle. But that's what resilience is for. And wisdom. Increase that cap. Increase your gains. Bring me knowledge. I also don't have to include this in the loop. I can just spam gather knowledge. Let me do a small one to maximize my thaumaturgy, pretty much. Oh, intellect. I had to. Alright, I'm gonna build up my thaumaturgy again. And then we're just gonna start doing a 1, 2, 3 spam. Huge gains on thaumaturgy now. Alright, let's see for the big one. I think we wanted like 2,000, something like that. Which we have. One, 2, 3, 4. Maxed out our thaumaturgy, which is great. Intellect is back now. Just spam that. Maybe with the resilience, sure. Small buff, but we need a moment before knowledge is back up. 2, 3. Divining spell power, that just makes my spells better. This takes 1.9. This is up to 44 now. We're almost at our cap here. It's ready. Go. And I think once we unlock physicalization, I can hop into my other save and show you how things can eventually get. How deep the rabbit hole goes. Alright, physicalization takes 40. We've almost got big buffs, so we'll wait. 5, 2, 7. I'll call that 750, probably 825. 1225. Oh, we got plenty now. Boom, boom, boom. There's like 12 knowledge we gained right there. Just by stacking our modifiers and growing our spells. Small buff is ready. Need another second on knowledge. I know we've got our thingy. I just want to do one more loop for efficiency's sake. 2 and 3. Boom, boom. 13 knowledge. I can actually buy physicalization before my cap reduces me. And that, what did that do? What on earth? The heck? Oh! I needed physicalization to get the next spell. Divining. Alright, so to explain that one, there's a spell here I can learn. I do have the sigils for it, but it has a requirement of divining 5 out of 6. What that means is I need to cast enough, I need to upgrade enough spells that have divining as a tag to where my level is sufficient. So this is a charm, that's not going to do anything. This is expansion and charm, that doesn't do anything. These are my divining spells. So I need to expand magic, gather knowledge, which is what I've been doing. I just need to do it a little bit more. But anyways, this guy needs 1.2 mana. Conjure Space is now available. New spell. Conjure Expansion spell. This is divining. This is also divining. So there's no buff for this guy. But we can take out Fan Magic, I suppose. 500, can I make it? I can. 10-second cooldown. Alright. That costs 690 now? Well, either way. I do need more divining, so I am gonna keep on spamming this, just without the buff on it. Then we're gonna Conjure Space. And after we cast Conjure Space 8 times, we can summon the world. Learn how to gather space and start to reform the old world. Divining. I'm just alternating between 3 and 4. I need to level this guy one more time. I can do some resilience. Yeah, we're not just wasting the intelligence. Comprehension, though, I would have to slot my thaumaturgy back in to get that back up. Aptitude is good. I'll do aptitude. Till we hit 50 on the intelligence requirement. I don't see any reason not to. There's the world. Sorry, Conjure Space. The world is over here. Alright. Almost there. Is it 10 per? Yeah, 10. Conjure Space Mastery level up. Just because we're almost at the end of this part of the episode, I will hold off on that upgrade. Normally, it's pretty easy to just upgrade your spells. You'll get back to where you were faster than when you started. But there's the world. That opens up a whole new tab over here. In this space, we use space as our material for most of our stuff. We get the Urn of Holding, gives us more space capacity. Urn of Expansion gives us base per second, automatically growing our space. We can gather space, which is going to give us world aspects. Inform Study, which is going to give us some upgrades. Cognitive Space is going to give us more things to upgrade with, memory and sorcery. And all of this is completely separate from the magic tab, where we still want to be casting our spells and getting our upgrades, improving our wizardry. So the game really kind of explodes outwards from here. It's super cool. There's a lot to play around with. There's no mistakes that can be made. Like, everything's always recoverable. And it's just really interesting, the way all the mechanics work together. So I'm going to head back to the main menu. Go ahead and do a manual save. Hop into slot 1. And this is what it looks like when you get late in the game. I've got millions of mana. I've got more mana than I can actually hold. I've got 4 spells on cooldown while I'm also running 2 others. Everything is everywhere. Numbers are going up, they're going down. There are rituals, which are kind of like instant combat thingies. There's alchemy, where you can plot things together to make resource loops. The workshop, where you can actually craft equipment and loadouts. You can improve your research stations. You can actually make resources. The world, as you saw it, expanded into the aspects. We have a whole bunch more upgrades in here. There are passive researches that go on. There are active researches you have to do. They give you really, really, really big bonuses every time you do them. So it's a really, really interesting game. A lot of different mechanics. It's meant to be complicated and overwhelming. And you just take your time poking and prodding, playing around. And eventually you'll figure it out. There's no way to screw yourself out of a win. If you ever overlevel a spell, you just turn it down again until it's usable. If your spells aren't working together, you switch your loadout, try something new. I've got a little something for everything. Most of them are stacking modifiers to get like one spell really, really good. But there's probably more combinations than I've even used. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this game, go ahead and give it a shot. I think it's still in early access, but I think it's less than $10 on Steam. I might be wrong. But very, very good. Very, very fun. If you enjoyed the episode, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening. Goodbye.